Welcome back. It is Wednesday, August 14th, and the MLB are 7. Yes, count them up. 7 best bets are on the way. It is Austin, joined by Logan. Let's dive into a recap of yesterday, a 1 and 2 day. Start off the day strong, parlay of the day cash. We love to see that. Then we didn't end in the night not too well. D-backs win by 1. A crazy comeback victory. I swear that team only likes to win by 1. And then Pirates and Padres over 7.5. We had bases loaded in the first inning from the Padres. They could only get us 1. This kind of felt like writing's on the wall there. But don't worry, that game's going over today, so stay tuned for all of our picks. We're going to dive into them in just one moment. We got a large slate today. As always, we appreciate you guys for supporting us. If you want to go check out the breakdown, it was posted right before this video. We are going to talk about a lot of games here, but if you want to check out my thoughts on every single MLB game, give out some leans, some other picks and predictions and things like that, you can check that out. It was posted right before this video. Let's dive into the picks. First one of the day should be no surprise. Still a business day, so we have another parlay of the day cooked up for y'all. It will be linked down below in the pinned comment and the description once it is live. It's normally live around by 10 a.m. Eastern time. We've hit 2 straight in a row, but had a really good momentum with these both, one plus runs in the first 5 or even stretch into the first 7. Had some great momentum there, going for a 3rd straight winner. So tap into that link down below. But let's dive into the picks in the video because we got 6 of them in this video. And I'm going to dive into my first one. I'm rocking his jersey. It's the man himself. All rise, baby. We got Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases. Currently, you're getting around minus 120 or so on Bet365. I think a lot of books are right around that value, minus 125. I will note FanDuel is notorious for juicing some base props. I mean, look, I don't blame them for juicing them. They don't offer unders, so might as well make people pay as high of a juice as they can. So if you can, go to a different book and bet it because they got him at like minus 150. And I don't take base props at minus 150. That feels like a donation. But could today be the day Aaron Judge hits his 300th career home run? A lot of people were on him yesterday because it was his 8-year anniversary of his first career home run. Obviously, he did not come through yesterday. Did get 3 hits, so still cashed his bases, but let's hope he can get that 300th one and we can cash with him. Now, Judge is swinging a hot bat. Despite not hitting a home run yesterday, his batting average is now up to a ridiculous 332. He's batting 481 over the last week. 2+ hits in 4 of his last 5. 3 extra base hits sprinkled in there, a couple doubles and a home run. Today he's going to face the righty, Davis Martin of the White Sox. Now, Martin could walk it, sure. That's always the case for Aaron Judge. They could just walk him. But I imagine there might already be a guy on base that they already walked, Juan Soto, who hit 3 home runs last night. So if you're going to pitch around him, you'd imagine the righty and Davis Martin probably pitches around a lefty. Typically, lefties have better splits against you. That's probably where you're pitching around. And then you're going to have a guy on base. I don't know if they really want to walk Aaron Judge here too, but Martin actually is reverse split. So maybe he does want to pitch the Soto. Call him crazy. But you'll see at Martin, he's allowing a 304 batting average to right-handed batters this season. Obviously, a very small sample size. He has not made a lot of appearances in the majors, but of the 7 hits he allowed to righties, 4 of them went for 2 bases, 3 doubles and a home run in there. And Judge, we know, I don't need to tell you, he's crushed pretty much everyone in his path this year, but he's also crushed right-handed pitching just a little bit more. He's batting 340 versus righties. Of his 112 hits versus right-handed pitchers, 54 of them, so about half of them, went for 2+ bases, including 32 of them being home runs. Also worth noting, much lower walk percentage versus righties than he does lefties. His walk percentage of lefties is ridiculous. Again, most lefties are probably going to want to avoid a right-handed bat like Judge. Judge also 2+ bases in 52% of games. This season, 20 of his last 30 on the road. And obviously we know Judge near the top of that lineup for the Yankees. On the road, they're guaranteed to bat for all 9 innings. So Martin, I don't expect him to pitch too well. I expect him to give up some base runners. White Sox, we know their bullpen is terrible, so it wouldn't shock me if Judge sees at least 5 plate appearances today. And Judge this season, when he's seen 5 or more plate appearances, something he's done in 60 games this year, how many of those 60 games do you think he has 2+ bases in? Well, he has it in 39 of 60, 65%. Obviously, the more chances we get for Judge, all it takes is 1 swing of the bat for him. And I think he comes through tonight. All rise for 2+ bags. Aaron Judge is coming through for the bases tonight. But Logan, you got a scene of the crime pick, and I love it. Where are you headed?
Yeah, we love a good old scene of the crime pick. And my pick today, or one of my picks today, is the Pirates and Padres over 8 total runs. Minus 115 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, I'm doubling down on the over. After yesterday, made me look dumb. I said this game has boom or bust potential. Yeah, busted. 3-0 Padres win yesterday. The game soared under. Made me look dumb. Made me look like I didn't know what I'm talking about. But here I am, and I'm telling you there's 12+ runs scored in this game. Martin Perez starts for the Padres. 4.78 ERA and a 1.51 whip. If that sounds familiar to the Pirates, well, it's good because he was just their teammate earlier this season. There's going to be some familiarity with the Pirates lineup and Martin Perez. I don't care what you want to say. He was just their teammate. They have to know his tendencies. They have to know how to attack him. And Martin Perez is not a strikeout pitcher. He's getting hit from both sides of the plate. 293 batting average allowed to righties, 283 batting average allowed to lefties. If you're allowing numbers like that, I have to fade you in this spot. With runners in scoring position, Martin Perez allowing a 282 batting average. This is important because the Pirates really struggle to hit with runners in scoring position against those pitchers that kind of tighten up with runners in scoring position. Yesterday, they were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, 8 left on base. That's what bets come down to. Are you going to get the timely hits or are you not? Pirates, nothing. Straight poverty yesterday. I mentioned boom-bust potential for this Pirates offense. I still think they're very capable of putting 3 or 4 runs up on Martin Perez. That's not a crazy stat, or that's not a crazy idea. Last 14 days versus left-handed pitchers, Pirates 18th in batting average, 17th in OPS, 16th in WRC plus, about middle of the pack there for the Pirates offense. I still think they're going to get to Martin Perez. I think on the other side, the Padres are going to give us plenty of run opportunities against Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller starts for the Pirates, 3.2 ERA and 1.22 WHIP. Keller's ERA rises to a 4.59 on the road, which is important because, obviously, Mitch Keller, one of those guys we want to fade. Here we want to fade anyone named Mitch. But I think Mitch Keller is a good spot to target today. His most recent road start, 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs to the Dodgers. West Coast not been kind to Mitch Keller. Last 14 days versus righties, Padres, 7th in batting average, 7th in OPS, 6th in WRC plus. I see no reason why they shouldn't be able to get hits and runs up on Mitch Keller today. I don't think he's all that good of a pitcher, and especially pitching on the road in this spot, I see some trouble for him. Then we go to the bullpens, because I think each of these starting pitchers gets touched up. Last 14 days, Pirates 21st in bullpen ERA, Padres 6th in bullpen ERA. Ton of familiarity. I mentioned yesterday, ton of familiarity here with the arms, the bullpen arms, and the bats. I think if you add in all these factors, the starting pitching and the bullpen, these bats actually do wake up today. They make us look like we know what we're talking about. Give me the over. I love that one out in San Diego. Earlier start time than normal, so if you want to tail that one, make sure you get that bet in. But Austin, where are you going for your next pick?
Yeah, hey, I'm always a sucker for a scene of the crime pick. They normally turn green like 90% of the time. I'm going to another base prop. I don't take a lot of them, but when I see matchups that I really like, I got to take a shot on them. And this guy, you probably know of him, Shohei Ohtani. I like him over 1.5 bases. Look, minus 125 on Bet365. Another one where don't take it on FanDuel if you can avoid. Number one, FanDuel, obviously, if Ohtani for whatever reason isn't in the lineup today and then pinch hits, you're screwed there. Also, they have him at like minus 160. So please line shop, find a good book that's got it at minus 130-ish and take it there. Now, obviously, like I said, I don't take a lot of 2+ base props, but when I see a matchup like Judge, who I love swinging a hot bat, or a guy like Ohtani isn't necessarily swinging the hottest bat, but has an awesome matchup, I got to take a shot on him. I mean, these are two guys that we know can get 2+ bases in one swing of the bat, and they do it plenty of times. Now, Ohtani, the matchup I'm talking about, he destroys Frankie Montas. I mean, in 32 plate appearances versus Montas, he does have 5 walks, but in the other 27, he's batting .370 with 5 singles and 5 home runs. I mean, we got to take a shot there. He's absolutely crushed Montas. And while, like I said, he's not swinging the hottest bat, does have an extra base hit in 3 straight games. And I'm not really scared of Montas putting him away. Not a guy with very high K percentage. So, if we can get Ohtani putting the ball in play 4 or 5 times, hey, we'll live with those consequences, especially on the road. Again, batting leadoff in front of Betts and Freeman and Teoscar. He's going to get his pitches to hit. This season, we've seen Ohtani batting .308 versus righties, 92 hits versus right-handed pitching, 54 of them, over half of them go for 2+ bases. I mean, we know Ohtani, if the hit makes contact, it's going to be probably over 90 miles per hour, and more than likely it's going over 100+. So if he can just find the gaps into the outfielders, or heck, put it in the bleachers, we know he can do that. Montas also struggling versus lefties, allowing a .280 batting average to left-handed batters, only .234 to righties, and 12 of his 16 home runs allowed have come to lefties as well. So a lot higher hard contact percentage to left-handed batters. Obviously, Ohtani, a lefty, going against the righty Montas. If you want to look at the pitches, to lefties, Montas will throw 3 main pitches. Has a couple others he throws less than 10%. The 3 main ones, 39% four seam, 27% split finger, and 20% cutter. I didn't look into a ton of how he has changed his splits with the Brewers, but I imagine it's pretty similar to all of those. Ohtani's expected batting average versus those pitches, 342 versus the four-seamer, arguably his best pitch, 300 plus versus the split finger and the cutter. So, look, I'll take my chances with Ohtani. Like I said, if he gets 5+ plate appearances, which is certainly possible with a guy like Montes, who will give up his fair share of hits, and the Dodgers lineup is finally starting to cook and put up runs on the board, I like our chances here. And like Judge, Ohtani doesn't have 5+ plate appearances in 60 games. He has won 59. In those 59 games, 39 games with 2 or more bases, 66%. Look, you got to take our chances with two GOATs and Judge and Ohtani. I think both of them come through for 2+ bases. If you want to throw them in a hit parlay and you're like, hey, I only wanted to get one, you can. But normally with those guys, one hit is typically going to be a chance at 2+ bases. You could also sprinkle on them both to hit a home run, which I think has some solid value in there. So those are my 2 favorite base props of the day. But I'm throwing it to Logan, who has another over pick. Logan, I really like this one. I think it's sharp. Where are you headed?
Yeah, what's better than one over pick? How about 2 over picks? We don't have to sweat any unders. We like to see that. I'm taking the Astros and Rays over 7.5 total runs, -122 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, like the Padres pick, I'm bucking the lower scoring series trend in this spot. I think this one definitely goes over. Again, that 7.5 number, kind of key. I'd rather lay a little bit of juice on that. If your book has 8, go for 8. You got push potential if they do land right on 8. But I like runs in this spot. Let's talk about who starts for the Rays today. It's Zach Littell, 4.06 ERA, 1.35 WHIP for Zach Littell. He's normally a pitcher I like to fade. I was highly considering coming out and trying to be sharp today, back in the Rays. But then I just looked at it and I was like, Zach Littell, man, he just faced the Astros in August. So this month, he went 5 2/3 innings, pitched 1 earned run. So he had a decent start against them. And that kind of scared me because I'm like, oh man. Zach Littell getting crushed by both sides of the plate. 297 batting average allowed to righties, 278 batting average allowed to lefties. So with numbers like that, Astros seeing him the second time in the recent month, I have to take the over in this one. And with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, he's allowing a 279 batting average. To me, it's up to the Astros to get those timely hits today. Can they do it today? Can they just explode, get 4+ runs off Littell? I could easily see that, especially if you look at the last 14 days versus righties. Houston 13th in batting average, 10th in OPS, 11th in WRC+. This is a top 10 offense against right-handed pitching. And they're seeing a guy that they just saw today in Zach Littell. I think he's not going to be able to hang with them. I think the Astros get their fair share of runs against him. And on the other side, again, we're talking about that familiarity. It's Ronel Blanco starting for the Astros, 2.98 ERA, 1.05 WHIP. He just faced the Rays. He went 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, which is about the norm for what Ronel Blanco's been doing. He's given up at least 2 runs. He allowed 6 hits in that start, so the damage could have been worse. But he's given up 2+ earned runs in 8 straight starts. When you're giving up hits and runs like that, you're going to at least give us a chance for the over in this one. If we're looking at the Rays, this is not a juggernaut offense. Again, there's conflicting data of why I couldn't back the Rays. They're worth a plus money shot in my opinion, but I couldn't back them because they've been terrible versus righties recently. Last 14 days, 28th in average, 27th in OPS, 26th in WRC+. But the kind of the trump card for that would be the fact that they have familiarity with Ronel Blanco. Ronel Blanco, mostly a pitch to contact guy who just wants you to roll over, get those soft contact ground ball outs. I still think they're going to be able to tag him for several runs today. I think they're going to get some hard hit extra base hits. It's up to the Rays to bring those guys home. They need to be patient against Ronel Blanco too. I've always said I liked backing his outs earlier in the year because he pitched efficiently. These days, he's allowing 3 walks in 2 out of his last 3 starts. If you put the bat on your shoulder, you don't swing in the dirt, and you're patient at the plate, Ronel Blanco will walk you, and we will have plenty of runners' opportunities. I like the Rays to put up their fair share of runs. And then we talk about the bullpens. When both these starters come out, last 14 days, Tampa Bay 1st in bullpen ERA, Houston 5th in bullpen ERA. So you got 2 top 5 bullpens, but will there be run opportunities? In my opinion, yes. Houston just used their 3 main arms last night. Rarely do they use those guys back to back. So that could be where the Rays kind of sneak their way, to this over or sneak this way to a win, is in that late game. I really do like runs in this one. I think it's a great look. I got 2 overs on my card. Rarely do I ever do that, but I couldn't decide which one I liked more. So we're going to play them both, and we're going to cash both. I really do like that as my second favorite pick of the day. But Austin, wrap it up. Where are you going for your last one?
I'm going actually back to a scene of the crime pick. And while I'm not on the D-backs today, there are going to be two picks that I'm going to pop up on the screen in just a second. And they might seem conflicting, but let me talk about them. Now, I posted these out to our DubClub early. So obviously, if you ever want all of our picks early, and these ones, probably the lines are going to definitely move on them, make sure you tap into the DubClub down below. I believe we still have the offer for buy 3 months, get one free. So drops your monthly price for the next 4 months down below $5 or something like that, down to like 4 something. So if you ever want to join the DubClub, now's the time. Click that link. Should save you a month free for the next 4 months. And look, that's going to carry you what, all the way into December? Is that right? So NBA season, NFL season, far into there. Here's the two picks. Rockies team total over 3.5 at -115 on BetMGM. So that's our 6th pick in this video. The 7th pick is going to be Jordan Montgomery, the starter for the D-backs, under 3.5 earned runs, -154 on Caesars. Now, on paper, you might be like, Austin, you just told me to take the Rockies team total over, but you're taking the starting pitcher for the D-backs under in earned runs. That makes no sense. What the heck's going on here? Well, honestly, I don't think I make no sense. I think the lines don't make any sense. Now, you're looking at this. There is a realistic possibility where Jordan Montgomery, let's hope he starts today, goes out there and gives up 2 or 3 earned runs, and we cashes under 3.5 earned runs. Let's say he does that in 6 innings. Well, then he comes out, we cash the under. Now we need another run for the Rockies to score and hit their team total over. There is no way both of these picks lose. There just isn't. There's no way that Jordan Montgomery goes under or over 3.5 earned runs, gives up 4, and the Rockies don't score 4. That's just not how baseball works. So I'm willing to take a shot here on these two picks. I'm not even going to get too far in depth into them. At worst, if we go 1-1, and let's say the Rockies score 4, but Montgomery gives up 4, so we split there, we lose like 0.13 units. Let's say Montgomery goes under and the Rockies still don't score 4, which obviously could happen. Then we lose like 0.35. Well, let's say the dream scenario where the Rockies score 4, but it doesn't come all off Jordan Montgomery. He gives up 2 or 3. We cash in out of like 1.5 units, a little bit more than that. I got to take a shot there on 2 lines that make no sense. The Rockies team total makes no sense. It's more so Jordan Montgomery's pop not making a ton of sense. So we need Jordan Montgomery to start obviously here today, because if he doesn't start, then we just got a unit on Rockies team total over 3.5, which I honestly don't hate. I think they could put up some runs on Jordan Montgomery. They're starting to see lefties obviously decently. Dream World, they get 3, or maybe we get some unearned runs. Can I interest anyone in that? I'm just saying, I like these shots here. The shot here, we're going to take a shot on a play that, look, both of them can't lose. So we'll take a shot here. If we go 1-1 and we split, hopefully it's the Rockies scoring 4 all on Montgomery. If we could go 2-0, that would be electric. So I'll take a shot here on these numbers, just playing the numbers, not really going too hard in depth here. I really like these 2 picks. So like again, Rockies team total over 3.5, and then we also have Jordan Montgomery under 3.5 earned runs. Let's have a wonderful day though. Those are our 7 picks in the video. A reminder, we do have a parlay of the day. You can check that out. I'll link it on the screen once it is live. Trying to go for 3 straight. And a reminder, if you want to get in the DubClub, make all the picks, get them all as early as possible, because I'm sure Jordan Montgomery changes the 2.5 throughout the day. You certainly can do that. Click that link down below in the description. Buy 3 months, get one free. It's like $18, and you get a month free, and that carries you into December. We're going to cook in this NFL season in just a few weeks, which I'm posting some futures on the channel too, and then we'll also be cooking the NBA. You better believe that. So let's have a wonderful day. Well, Logan and I will see you guys back tomorrow, and if the brooms are out, I will record tomorrow shirtless. You have my word, I will record it shirtless if we go 7-0, which I don't know if that's possible, but we will certainly go for it. So I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. Peace.